Ever feel like everyone else is getting more leverage out of AI than you are? It's not access, it's not intelligence, it's skill stacking. There are a handful of AI skills that separate people who monetize these tools from people who just experiment with them. In this video, I'm going to break down the 4 that matter the most and show you the exact workflows that I use to turn them into client-ready first drafts, the kind of results you can actually ship, not just feel good about. 2 people use AI for the same task. Person 1 gets a blob of text and says, cool, and moves on. Person 2 walks away with a deck, a brief, and launch messaging because they ran a stack. That's what we're building here today. So here's what separates amateurs from pros, the 4 skills, and you need to do all 4. Skill 1, smart research. Not just Googling, structured research with citations you'll use. Skill 2, building finished products. It's taking that research and turning it into something you can deliver, a deck, a brief, a report. Skill 3, setting up reusable systems. Just build it once and then use it over and over. Stop starting from scratch every single time. And skill 4, reality checking, objection seeking, pressure testing your work before you ship it. This is the one most people skip, and it's why their stuff often falls flat. So these aren't separate tricks, they stack together for powerful results. Think of it like a pipeline. You go from evidence to output to automation to assuring quality. Master them in order and you'll output work that actually lands. And I'm using different tools on purpose because the actual skills aren't tied to a specific brand or tool. The skills knowing which step of the pipeline you're currently in. So let me show you exactly how this works with 2 real workflows. First workflow, research to slide deck in minutes. Here's what we're building. Machiavelli for Business workshop deck. This is something you could sell as a training module, pitch as a briefing, or use internally to look like the smartest person in the room. And we're framing this as strategy and incentives, not cartoon villain manipulation. I'm going to show you the 2-move process. Move 1 gets you smart research. Move 2 turns it into a usable deliverable. This demonstrates our first 2 skills working together. So skill 1, smart research. Most people ask ChatGPT a vague question and get vague answers. No sources, no citations. But you'll do smart research, which means you'll walk away with 8 to 10 key points, each backed by real sources you can cite, and a 1-sentence takeaway you can paste straight into a slide. I use Perplexity for this. Here's the prompt. Give me 8 to 10 key principles from Machiavelli's The Prince that apply to modern business strategy. Include citations. And watch what happens. Perplexity draws from multiple sources, provides the principles, and includes the footnotes. You're not just getting ideas, you're getting credibility baked in. This is the foundation. Garbage research equals garbage outputs. But here's where most people stop. They save the research and then never really do anything with it. We're not going to do this. And this is where skill 2 comes in. Building finished products. It's where we take research and use it to produce something. We'll take those Perplexity results and paste them into the tool called NotebookLM. It's a free tool from Google. So now watch this. I hit Create. I select Presentation. And NotebookLM generates a full slide deck from the sources I gave it. Title slide, key principles broken into sections, clean formatting. But here's the important hedge. Is this creation perfect? No. But it's a usable first version, and that's the difference between forward momentum and procrastination. The first hurdle, the hard part, is done. Now you polish it like a pro. And here's a layer I'm not teaching today, but I want you to know it exists. In NotebookLM, those same sources can also generate speaker notes, quizzes, or 1-page briefs. Same inputs, multiple outputs, same tool, NotebookLM. That's skill 2. Now here's the problem. We just built something with meat on it. But if you do this again next week for a different topic, you're starting from scratch. You're re-explaining what you want, tweaking prompts, wasting time. Next week, you're back to begging the model for consistency. This is where skill 3 fixes everything. And this skill will encompass our second workflow. It's going from idea to launch kit. This one's bigger. We're building positioning, a landing page skeleton, an FAQ, and email sequence headings. Everything you need to launch a product or service. This demonstrates skills 3 and 4, reusable systems and reality checking. Let me show you how this works. Skill 3, setting up reusable systems. Most people use AI like a conversation. Every time they start fresh, they have to re-explain their voice and their constraints and their standards. It can be exhausting. Here's the fix. Projects. I'm going to use Claude for this, but all the major AI tools have this feature. Think of projects as a container that holds your brain, because your instructions and standards will live here. I create a new project. I drop in a short instruction block. Here's my voice, here's my style, here's what good means, here's what I never do. Here are a few banned phrases and red flags. Maybe 200 words total. This does take a little thinking and work, but you can even get your AI to help you put this together. Now, every time I come back, I don't need to re-explain. I don't have to retrain. I just start working. This is what we call reusable. We can build one project for launch messaging, one for email sequences, one for product briefs, build once, use forever. But here's what makes this even more powerful. You can feed reality into the system before you polish anything. What does this mean? Well, it's skill 4, so let's go over it. Skill 4 is reality checking, or seeking out objections or pushback to whatever we've created. This is a step a lot of people skip. Because you do your prompts and you get something back that sounds amazing. You're excited and you ship it. And then little response, no engagement, no sales. That's because you didn't pressure test it first. Before I finalize anything in Claude or any of the tools, I take the idea to a different tool, say Grok, and I ask for objections. I use Grok here for a reason, because it tends to be blunt, and blunt is generally what you need. Here's the prompt. What objections would people have to this? Give me the harsh critiques. Why would someone dismiss this immediately? Write it in the exact, cynical language they'd use in a group chat, and Grok will come back brutal. Sounds like every other generic launch. Who actually needs this? What makes you different? Perfect. That's the reality check you want. Now I take this objection map back to Claude, and I say, integrate these critiques. Tighten the positioning. Write an FAQ that handles these objections up front. The output, copy that's been stress tested before it ever goes live. Messaging that pre-handles the doubts people already have. Before and after difference is massive. The first version sounded good. The second version actually lands. Let me bring this all together. Skill 1 gets you credible research. Skill 2 turns that into a usable deliverable. Skill 3 makes the whole process repeatable, and Skill 4 makes sure it actually lands. If you only do skills 1 and 2, you'll make artifacts. Skill 3 and 4 are what makes it revenue grade. They're not separate tools. This is a system. Most people use AI like a one-off experiment. They get random results. They waste time, they never build momentum. But you're different now. You know the stack. Smart research, finished products, reusable systems, reality checking. Do this in order and you won't just get better outputs. You'll get outputs that make you money. Then it compounds. Every time you run one of these workflows, you refine it. Your projects get sharper, your objection database gets deeper, your copy gets tighter. This isn't a hack, it's infrastructure. If this clicked for you, do me a favor and hit the like button. It helps more people find me. And if you want to see me break down these workflows step by step in longer format, full screen recordings, every prompt, every click, comment full build below. If I get enough requests, I'll make that video. And subscribe if you want more workflows like this. Office-safe AI tactics, no hype, just systems that work. I've got more coming. I'll see you in the next one.